Right, I'm going to do a video on fitting 20mm spacers to a Nissan Juke Nismo RS. I do have the standard Nismo wheels on it. I have done the front wheels already. You can see from the rear they're tucked in quite far, and the front wheel is nicely out. Still legal for UK, but we're going to make the rear stick out a bit more for better looks and better performance. We've got a bit of tools here that we're going to use. Got a breaker bar to break the bolts loose. I've got an impact gun which I'll use instead. Jack handle. I've got some alloy wheel bolt removers or normal socket set, and obviously the wheel spacers. These are Gen 2 wheel spacers. Absolutely nice bit of kit these. Got them on the fronts. I've done 200 mile on fronts to see how they've got on, and they've not worked loose. So I'll go through what I've got here and then go from there. So apart from all these tools I've got here, I also use Loctite. I've got green, that's what I've got on tap. We can use blue. I wouldn't use red, but blue or green, because it stops the nuts from working loose when they're fastened to the hubs, but I'll show that in the video. But it's not that strong, you won't be able to break it off in the future if you've got to do new brake discs in the future. So next up I'll get car jacked up. I'm not going to show you that, it's like sucking eggs. And then I'll show you with the wheel off and then get the spacer fitted. Right, so I've got the rear wheel off. So I've got the spacer here. So on the original Nissan Juke wheel nuts, these are 21mm, but the ones that fit on here are 19s. I do have a 19 wheel socket with nylon around it, but it don't fit in the holes very well. So I'm going to use a standard thin wall socket. So I've got sunlight and it just fits in with loads of movement around it, so I can get a decent torque on it. So I'm just going to put that on the gun and I'll start offering this up. Right, don't do what I do and do it on the main road like this. It is a giveaway, but people just shoot down here like dickheads. So we've got a bus coming down here. I'll wait till the bus is gone. I'll come back on video once that's gone. Right, that's that done. So what you would normally do with these to fit them, you would clean the disc off, but I know these discs are quite new. They might look a bit rusty, but they are fairly new and they are still clean on the hubs. So I'm just going to grab a little rag. And then just give the face a quick clean, and then with the spacer get it on, get a couple of wiggles just to make sure it's alright. Then you can check the face of it. So you can see there's a couple of hitting points on it there. So all I would do is give it another quick rub. And then back on with the spacer again. That feels a lot flatter. You can't hear no gritty noise. So with that one, just going to put the included nuts on. I've got them in my pocket. Two more. I should really invest in a tripod, really. And with this kit, these nuts are the perfect thread pitch. So if you're using an impact gun, such as I am, I'm going to put it onto mode 1. This is like 50 newtons. Doing it softly first just to get it seated. So now it's seated, it's flush. I'm going to ramp it up to automatic mode every 2 seconds. So in auto mode, which is 120 newtons on this gun. So I'm going to wind one off now, like that. Then I'm going to grab my Loctite. Put some on the threads. It is quite thick, this Loctite. We'll come back in a second, I'll get some Loctite out of it. Right, if you can see it, I've got some green Loctite on there. So now I'm going to wind this one back on again. These tried the Loctite to go solid in the end of the tube. I only used it last week. That one back on softly again. Then this one off. And then Loctite on this one. So I'm going to do that all for all 5 now, and I'll come back once I've got them all torqued up. Right, so now all 5 are Loctited. I'm going to do the final torque now, so I'm going to do a cross pattern. See, my gun will turn off when it's fully done. Always do a cross pattern so the wheel spacer goes flat to the disc. Or else I'll do one more round, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That's it. That is officially on. So I'm going to come back, I'll throw the wheel on and you'll be able to see the distances with it. You don't need Loctite now to do the normal wheel nuts, because obviously you want your wheel to come on and off if you need new tyres or whatever. So I'm going to put the lid on my Loctite now so it doesn't go everywhere. And I'll just put the wheel on now and I'll show you the difference between the sides. And then to do all 4, just repeat the same process for all 4 corners. But I'll come back once that's on and I'll show you the difference before and after comparing to the left and right side. So it'll be 2 seconds. Right, so I've got the rear spacer on. And it is, you probably get away with 25 on the rear, but that is sitting nicely, that. Really nice. Let me take my locking wheel nut out so I always lose them. But you can see from this side, it's really in. Then you come to this side, it's like power wheel. It looks so much cleaner, that car now. So you can see I've got front done on this side. What's that rear quarter done? Brilliant. I do, when I do it with the gun, I always use the breaker bar towards the end just to give it one extra little tweak. Yep. Then just finish it off. So torqued up. That green stuff will set in about an hour. Good lot faster with heat on it. And then in 50 to 100 miles, I'll just take the wheels off again, make sure the space is still nice and tight. I've just done check the fronts for recording this, and they're still rock tight. So I use the Loctite stuff. The weight weren't loose, but as a safety thing, do it. But they'll be coming off again anyway, because I am fitting Akibono 370Z brakes. That's why I've done the spacers, and there's tons of room in there for a big caliper. So yeah, that's it for this video. I will put a link in the description for the actual company I've used for the spacers. I've still got one left in here, and they do come nicely packaged. They've got little black things at the end of them. I've knocked that one off, but which protects the threads. Nicely packaged. Gen 2, 20mm spacers. I'll put a link on. I'll also tag the company in it as well. But yeah, that's 20mm spacers on. Looks cracking. Proper job. Right, see you next time. Little bonus clip for the end. I've done all 4 corners now. So you can see the back end is closer to the edge of the car now. It's a lot better than when it was beforehand. You can see the fitment down. It is a lot better, a lot cleaner. The front wheels though, they must be a different offset altogether then, because that fitment there is flush. I'll do a front shot to the car. But the wheels and the stance look 10 times better.